The occasion of a sensitization campaign on road safety and first aid measures in case of road accidents in school milieu. The divisional delegate of secondary education.
Yes, sir.
The principal of the institution, distinguished teachers, fellow students. It is my singular privilege and honor to stand before you today to present an opening speech on the occasion of a sensitization campaign, or better put it, a seminar organized for the teachings of road safety campaigns, road safety and first aid measures in case of road accidents, here in the hall of GTHS, Kumba. Road accidents, as we all know, or road traffic injury, is a major threat to development and public health. Hence, it is a social and economic burden worldwide, and Cameroon is not exception. It's not an exception. To address these road safety problems, the Ministry of Transport has conceptualized an innovative called Community Road Safety Campaign, the Community Road Safety Program. The program focuses on education and awareness aspects on road safety, targeting road users, pedestrians, and school children all over the nation. Through this program, the Ministry of Transport involves the community through motivations, education, and self-help, resulting to a developed sense of ownership of its own road safety, with the objective of creating road safety awareness, targeting the road users, and more particularly the school children, with the fundamental for developing a bottom-up approach for inculcating or impacting and developing a sense of responsibility and about various aspects of road safety. Fellow students, dear participants, it is for this reason that you are involved in this activity. So it is with this light that the Ministry of Transport, in partnership with White Dove Company, has had an agreement with experts, and these experts have come a long way to teach you people on the basic notions of road safety and the application of first aid in case of an accident. We call on you to put in your maximum efforts in the comprehension of their different teachings. Ask as many as possible questions depending on your difficulties, and I hope with them put in place as experts, they will be able to satisfy your desires. We therefore believe and hope that through this medium, some awareness will be spread amongst you people, and that will be hence spread to those who have not been able to participate in this seminar, because at the end there will be attestations to prove that you took part in a seminar. On this note, I declare the seminar open. Thank you so much.
Some of the behaviors that should be encouraged in such a way that all of us should use the road in the safest possible way. And my presentation is going to be to be about 2 or 3 small things. First of all, we try to understand what we mean by road, or our experience of the road around us. Then the road user. Who is a road user? How do we understand the different categories of road users, and how do they behave towards each other? And then regulations. Do we usually respect the laws and regulations that apply to road use? And then if we do, what is the present situation? If we don't, what are the consequences? Maybe we end the discussion with an open question on possible solutions to whatever problems we may have identified. Talking about the road, the picture may not be very precise, but at least you can see what?
You can see a group of people pushing a car on a bad road.
On a bad road. Why do you call it bad road?
Because the vehicle is stagnant due to the gallop.
Okay. How bad is the road? How do you describe it? Yes. Full of mud. Yes. Good. Where are we? What kind of environment can this be? Yes. A rural area. Do we have roads like this around Kumba?
Yeah.
We do. Rural area. What makes us say that this is a rural area?
Because bushy.
Why do we say that this is a rural area?
It's bushy.
Yes.
Because it looks bushy and
Bushy.
no infrastructures.
What are they carrying in the car? Sorry?
Agricultural products.
Bunch of plantains and bags. Okay. So probably they are coming from the farm. I'm going to maybe.
An accessible market.
Is it also a road? But where? The younger boy, yes, please. More like a town. What makes you say it's a town? What do you see that makes you think it may be a town? The road looks tight. Yes. Cars. Well, many cars. Yes. What else makes you think that it's no longer the village? Yes. There are houses around. Yes. Good. And on the left, the picture is not very precise, but what is probably going on? That track. What can it be? Pedestrians? Really?
I don't think so.
What can it be? Road building works going on. So they are upgrading, they are improving on the quality of the road. Okay? Now, how about this one?
That's in the city.
What kind of road is this? What is different between this road and the previous ones that we have just seen? Yes? Tarred, developed signs and symbols. Yes? Okay. So pedestrian crossing and even pedestrian tracks. Yes. What else? Yes.
The materials used for the construction of this one is durable.
Okay, durable material for the construction of the road. Yes. Good. So this one, where could this be? Do you have it in Kumba? No? No road signs?
Following out road signs.
We don't have any road signs in
We
Kumba?
do have road signs.
Manfred Road. Because it's new. Yes. Good. Right. Douala. Why do you think of Douala? Why? What do you think? Why do you think it's Douala?
Potholes.
Potholes. So roads in Douala are characterized by so many potholes. Yes, it looks, but maybe this is not too congested, but you already have, there are a few cars around, yes. Yes, not just network, busy surrounding. It's a busy place, it's a busy town. Right. Now, what may have happened to this road? Why is this road like this? Why do you think the road is like this? Yes.
Maybe due to poor construction and
For construction. And what?
the materials used in constructing the roads.
Okay.
They are not durable as such.
So for you, the problem lies at the origin of the road. Yes. Why could it be like this? Why did it come to be like this? Yes.
It can be that the road has been so exhausted.
Exhausted.
Yes, like they've been using it for a long time now.
Okay. And so it's old.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, boy.
The road can also be so because maybe the government did not have time to maintain the road.
Okay. Poor maintenance. That could be a reason. Yes.
The road might also be because of poor management by the road users.
Poor management by the road users.
For example, burning the tires on the road.
Okay. Okay. Good. Yes. That's another possible reason. The other boy. Trucks.
Heavy
Yes.
duty vehicles.
Overloaded trucks could also cause this. Okay. So, okay. On the previous picture, we saw the road the way it is. Well constructed, perfect material. And I wanted to call your attention on the fact that maybe initially, the other road you identified as a Douala road, maybe that one too was as nicely built as this, with the same kind of material. And as the other said, with time, lack of maintenance, poor management by road users, all kinds of inadequate behaviors, and the consequence is this. At times, what will people do? Just blocking the gutters. If water doesn't flow, it will stay on the road and it will destroy the tar on the road. So all of this happens, right? So one thing we may have to understand about the road is the way we make it. It can just be this almost natural road as we find in the villages. Some upgrading or some construction, some formal construction may take place until we have the most modern, the best imaginable roads with pedestrian tracks, road signs and everything. But if we don't use the road properly, it may suffer this kind of degradation, and we may end up having this kind of roads with potholes, with stagnant water, and very uncomfortable traffic. Meaning that the road is there, but there is also a way we can use the road. We can use the road properly, but we may also cause deterioration on the road. And at the same time that the road suffers, we too, as road users, may suffer. We, who are we? We are road users, right? In the workbook you were given on page 3, there are categories of road users. We have listed a few categories of road users. We have listed a few categories of road users, page 3. First picture, what do we see?
A truck.
A truck.
The truck. Do we have trucks here?
Yes.
Yes,
So many?
Yes.
What for? What are they used for?
For the transportation of timber.
Timber
And sand.
and sand. Okay, there's a lot of sand around here. Okay. But do they take sand from Kumba to other places? No, you use your sand here. Okay, good. Next picture. Yes, passenger buses. Do you have some of them here?
Yes.
What companies?
Mogamo, Mondial, Golden.
Mogamo, Mondial, and which one?
Golden.
I don't know that one. From Kumba to where? That other company?
Kumba to Douala, Bamenda.
Okay. When you are inside this kind of passenger bus, how do you feel?
This one.
Yes, this type of passenger bus. How do you feel when you are inside? Comfortable. All of them are so?
No, just this one.
Just this one? Okay. How are others?
Compressed.
Okay. Congested inside? Okay. Until you don't want to stay?
Smelly.
Okay. Smelly. Now, when you look, when you are out of it and you see it coming, how do you feel?
You feel being inside. That is you.
You want to be inside?
Yeah.
Really? Always?
It depends on the manner it's standing.
Okay.
Some speed while you want to call it will feel frightened.
Okay. It can frighten you because why could it be? Yes.
Because if it hits you down, you can get injured.
It looks so big and you just think of the possible consequences. Yes. Third picture.
Road users.
Who is a pedestrian? Yes. Is it you or is it me?
Us.
You and I.
All of us. All of us who use the road. Okay. By foot. All of us who walk on the road, right? Okay. And then the last picture. Motorbikes. I can see some of you hesitating. What's the most common name?
Okada.
I was doing one research in Muyuka. No, maybe it was here in Kumba. No. Stronger than the passenger bus? Really? If they happen to collide, which one is going to suffer more?
The passenger bus.
Really? Is this obvious to you? I thought they have almost the same level of power. No. Okay, which is the weakest?
Pedestrians.
Pedestrian. So the pedestrian cannot face even the bike. From your experience here in Kumba, when a bike, a pedestrian have to use the road, will the bike allow the pedestrian to pass first? No. Never. Sometimes, but most often they will not. So they will just pass. Now, if it's a car and a bike, will a car allow the bike to pass first?
Yes.
Really? They are just so kind here. Why do you think the bike is in way to the car?
Like for instance, the case of the, let me say a truck.
Yes.
The thing that the truck can easily crush them when they put up like collide, they can easily collide.
So they are allowing them to pass because they are afraid.
Some of them are afraid of the truck.
Okay. Now, will the truck willingly allow the bike to pass first?
No way.
No. This one is very interesting because what we are describing is a situation where those who have the power use it and maybe overuse it, and those who don't have that power, all they are left with is maybe to run for their lives. They should just stand aside and allow the most powerful ones to pass their way, right? In a situation like this, what would you advise a pedestrian to do? What should a pedestrian do? How should a pedestrian behave in a society where the truck will not allow the car will not allow the bike will not allow the pedestrian. What should the pedestrian do? What general advice would you give the pedestrian? Yes, boy.
So always move on the sidewalk.
Always move on the sidewalk. Yes.
Use the zebra crossing if available.
Use the zebra crossing if available.
The pedestrian should be always attentive.
Be attentive and
So always look at the distance between the oncoming vehicle and themselves.
yes. So the general advice would be to be attentive and
Just as he always says, to look at these available signs on their roads
yes
and follow them.
Yes. Somebody still had something behind there. Yes. Cautious, attentive, cautious. So when we are using the road as pedestrians, when we are walking, we should keep in mind, not that we don't have the right, not that we don't have the priority, but even on the zebra crossing, if we see one of them coming, better stand aside and allow them. We should be very attentive and very cautious because it is our life that is at stake. Right? I think we all can get that piece of advice for each other when we are using the road. I just want you to look at some of these pictures. Look at it. How do we use our vehicles? Please tell us in detail what you are seeing on the picture. You're still using your Okada. Yes. Cassava. Simply cassava. Cassava. Okay. Bats? How many? Three. Those that you can see. Now, the other side of the bike, can you imagine how many more bags are hanging? Maybe two more. So it could be up to five bags of cassava and a woman on top. Good. When you look at the woman, how does she feel? Do you feel she's afraid or concerned in any way? She looks just so comfortable, right? Yes. So to her, there's no problem. Good. Bottom left. Bottom left. Yes, what is special about this, or what is the problem? Yes.
What is special is because the bike man is confined much space.
A lot of space on the road. Not only overloading, but you see, it is making things very complicated for other road users. When you are facing a bike, normally you expect it to use like maybe 50 centimeters. But this one is more than 2 meters. So it's even bigger than some cars. Okay? Good. Top right. As a road safety consultant over the past 10 years. So whenever I see something that is really strange, I'll just keep the picture somewhere. And with this collection, we will manage to produce this poster. Who does this? At least we agree that this is Cameroon, right? This is Cameroon. Who does it? Cameroonians. Yes. Road users.
Civilians.
Civilians. Let's take the last picture for example. Who puts so many children on a bike?
The parent.
The parent.
Yes, sir.
Or the guardian.
Do you believe parents?
Yes. Either parents or teachers.
You are children, your own children. You take them all and you put them on the bike like this.
Yes, sir.
Is it possible?
Yes, sir.
Those parents are financially breakdown.
Look at that man carrying these bunches of banana.
Maybe it's from his back.
Who is to blame for this?
The driver.
The bike man.
The bike man.
The bike man.
Yes.
And in the case of the children, still the bike man.
No, sir, the parent. The parents. Whosoever put them on that bike.
Whosoever put them on that bike. Gentlemen, you wanted to say something?
The person to blame here is not the people. I can say we should blame the government for not putting traffic police, because if there was a traffic police, the man would have put this much luggage on his back, because he would know that he will be penalized for that.
Okay, very good. So, according to your logic, we are not to blame. The government is to blame. If we carry our 5-6 children and we put on the same bike, we are not to blame. The government is to blame. That's going. Okay, church, school, market. Where are all of them going?
The market.
Do you have various destinations? Do you think they have various destinations? Do they not have the same destination?
No, they don't have the same destination.
Really? I think they are all going
Different
to
direction.
exactly the same place. Where are they going?
That's what he's saying.
They're just going home. And every day we have been doing like this, putting 5-8 children on the bike, and they have been reaching their homes safe, right?
No, sir.
Is that what has been happening? We have been doing all this and we have been arriving safe at our various destinations. Is that what has been happening in Cameroon?
No, sir.
So where have we been going? Behaving this way.
We are going to move to accident.
Right. And the consequence of accidents is what?
Death and destruction of properties.
Yes. We lose lives, we lose property, and also you saw this Douala road. We lose the roads. We lose the environment. We destroy the environment. Do you have any idea how many people died in 1 year in Cameroon as a consequence of road accidents? Do you have any idea? Can you guess? About 1,000.
More than.
More than 5,000?
Yes.
Maybe 5,000.
Yeah.
How many? A million.
No. Look, and I will die now.
That girl was very close to the actual figure. You said about 1,000, right? Who said it? Yes. Okay. So the official figure consolidated over the past 15 years and even more is 1,200 people who die as a result of road accidents in Cameroon per year. That's the average. So if it is 1,200 in a year, it means on average it will be how many in 1 month? In 1 month? 100. it will be on average 100 people who die on the road every month. Meaning every day it will be around, if the average for in a month is 100, meaning
4 to 5.
4 to 5.
4 to 5, or
360.
you never do any mathematics here.
24 no?
About 3, between 3 and 4, between 3 and 4. Okay, meaning that since this day started, and by the end of the day, we already know that 3 or 4 people will, not may. Can it be you?
Yes.
Can it be you?
Yes, sir.
Who is that? Okay, only me. Okay, so it can be me, but it cannot be you. Okay, good, very good. You are just so comfortable. It cannot be you. It cannot happen to you. It can only happen to me. Good, very good. Okay. What happened here? The car? Good. Possible. Which room could that be? Yes, children sleeping on a bed. Yes, it could be. Parents' room. It could be. The sitting room. It could be the kitchen. So you may be doing your things very peacefully in your house, and some maybe a reckless driver somewhere loses control of the vehicle and he comes and meets you right there. You are saying it can only happen to me, not to you, right? Very good, very good. It will never happen to you.
That's simple. Drive into his house.
What is the woman doing? What is she doing? Yes? She's? No. Making a call and at the same time reading and at the same time driving. Okay. She's reading, phoning and driving. So many things at the same time. Has she been able to concentrate? What happens? Good. And when she hears the sound of her car hitting the bike, where does she think the sound is coming from?
Phone.
From inside the phone. So she has totally lost contact with the road. Okay? How do we call it? What offense is that? She's doing 3 things at the same time. Reading, calling, driving. What offense is that? Yes?
It's a punishable offense.
Inattentive. How do we call it formally? The formal name is what? Distraction. What happened? The truck?
Yeah, remove it.
Yes? Okay. Now, that's in Marwa. And at the time I reached the scene of this accident and I take this picture, where do you think the bike rider could be? Very likely, right? But it cannot happen to you.
No, sometimes.
It cannot happen to you. It can only happen to me.
No, sometimes.
Sometimes. Those 3 people who are going to die today, who are certainly going to die today on Cameroonian roads, those 3 or 4 people who are more than likely to die this Thursday in Cameroon could be. No, you don't want me to point you. Could be me, yes, or we say destruction of lives, destruction of property. Economists have made an estimate of the economic loss due to road accidents in Cameroon, and it's about 100 billion every year. 100 billion CFA francs that we lose as a consequence of poor management and poor use of our roads. We don't know who is going to die. Nobody's going to die, right? We are very prayerful. We are perfect believers. Even if we drink, drive, phone, and read at the same time, nothing will happen to us. Because God loves us more than others. So it can only happen to others, never to us. I would like us to end this presentation with this small discussion on what can be done. Who can do what for road accidents to be reduced in this country? Let's take the case of students. What can a student do so that the rate, the number, the frequency and gravity of road accidents can be reduced? What can students do?
Students should always respect the highway code or signals.
Okay, they should respect the code, yes.
As a student, there's a particular subject that they always teach us and it's called citizenship.
Yes.
And the highway code is a topic there.
Yes.
So since we are well educated, as students, we should go to our local society to teach or educate those who are uneducated about the disadvantages and the consequences of it.
If you really do it, that would be perfect. Very good. Thank you. Yes?
From school or going to school should be careful while using the road.
Good, very good. Yes? Yes.
As students, we often use the pedestrian track, so it will be more preferable to always walk on the pedestrian track.
Good, yes.
Others who are uneducated to follow us in getting safety.
Okay.
To any neighbor who follows the example of any of those propagators of these pictures to try and discuss the consequences and disadvantages.
Okay, very good. If you can do it, that would be wonderful. Yes?
More taxis than motorbikes, and they can be more protected in their taxi.
Okay. Okay. If you prefer taxis to motorbikes, that can be safer, yes? Okay, I think that's part of your lesson. Your road safety lesson. That's very good. What should teachers do? I'm very interested by what students think teachers should do. Yes.
Then the highway code.
Okay.
Parts of the road are saying that.
Good. Very good.
Direct students on how to walk on the road.
Direct students on how to walk on the road. Yes.
Counsel students on road safety measures.
Counsel them. Yes. Good. What?
Their students to follow.
Okay. Not only from the school children, but from the rest of the community. The teacher is expected to be an example. If others should only do what you tell them and not what you do, I think the teaching cannot be effective enough. Okay, how about the different categories of drivers? What should they do so that the accidents should be reduced? Yes.
So, like bike riders, they should be sure of there's a brake
Okay, the technical state of their vehicles. Yes. Yes?
Not involved in the drinking alcohol.
Okay. Not drink alcohol before driving? Yes. 2. Yes, reduce the speed. Yes. Okay, overloading. Yes. Yes. Uh-huh.
You should be sure of the traffic light before taking
Traffic lights. Yeah, that's all in the highway code. Something that is not the highway code. You have already talked about the highway code. Yes, technical state of the vehicle.
So they should always wear the helmet while driving.
Helmet for riders. Yes, that is the regulation. Yes. Safety belt or seat belt in English. Yes.
You should make sure that they are in good condition, mainly physically and mentally.
Okay, physically and mentally.
Motor riders should stop. They should not do multiple things at the same time while riding.
Okay, concentrate on the road while they are driving. Yes.
Motorbike should not take more than 2 persons.
Okay, more than 2 persons. Yes.
Taxis or cars always to the left.
Overtake only from the left. Those are regulation. Anything really new about what they should do? I'm hesitating between you two. Okay, you first. Then you. Yes.
They should attend driving schools.
Good. Good. Learn driving before driving. Good. People think that it is useful, that it's important to learn driving before riding a bike, for example. Do you think most of those bike riders have a driving license?
No.
They don't.
They don't.
And if they don't, do they think it is important for them?
I don't think so.
They just think. But they don't have the car will have time. Those who are riding the bike will not have time. Is that not strange? Sorry.
No, the drivers, most people let in the field. I 1, 2, 3, they say they enter the road. That's how most people say.
Okay. Okay.
You know, on the highway, when you're in a bus, you realize most of the bus drivers don't know the highway. When they're not supposed to overtake, they overtake.
Okay. Okay. That's a problem. That's a really big problem. And I was told 3 years ago when I was doing this kind of project in the Adamawa, I came across one very surprising testimony of a father who wanted to give his son a present. The son had just passed his common entrance. That is from primary to secondary school. And can you imagine the present the father gave to the child? A motorbike. Can you imagine the age? How old could that child be? 12. That's the common age. Even if some of them in the north are older, it cannot be more than 13 or 14. So people can still give a motorbike to a teenager, to such a young child in riding. Meaning that what the point you are discussing about learning, having a license before driving or riding is not common. The way, in our opinion, anyone can just take a vehicle and.
Yeah, there's an observation I also made when I went for driving a school.
Okay.
And they came with the name, the canopy of that school.
Okay.
They came asking us, where is this driving school? I said, look for your classmates. Because when you are in a class,
yes,
you know
of course,
yourself.
yes.
Look, have you not seen of your mates? Mom, is that thing even existing? And some people even get this license without going for the training. Yes, they pass the Cameroonian way and get the license.
Okay, good. But at least in that case, they believe that a license is useful before they drive.
Yes.
For the bike, people do not even think that it is useful. There's that small difference that I feel, I think it's very strange.
But
Very strange.
to me,
it's not just getting the license, right? It's knowing about
Yes,
the highway code.
yes.
The license is when you have known the highway
Yes,
code.
yes, you're right.
Giving a license that you have known the code. So getting a license is not even a solution.
Yes, I know, but I was just thinking, considering the basics, that is just the opinion that it is useful, that you should go for it. Even that at that simple level, for the bikes, it's not very common. Not to talk of the pedestrians. This do, according to you? Yes.
Those in authority, those are the hierarchy people.
Yeah.
They like to contribute, make like an agreement, so they can raise up funds to construct well-developed roads.
Okay.
Or they can like buy, no, they should construct well-developed roads.
Okay, road building, better roads. Yes. Yes.
They should control the movement. They should put in place speed brakes for the
speed brakes. Yes. Double carriage road. This is still improving on the type of on the state of our roads. Yes.
Organizing road safety campaigns at least 3 times a month.
3 times a month. Road safety campaigns. Yes, that's a good point. I think the people of the ministry would love to hear that. Yes.
They never organize themselves.
Sorry.
I'm saying they never have in Cameroon have they organized seminars for the drivers, the transporters, the bike riders, neither the drivers, especially those who use public cars.
Okay, that's.
We have at least had seminars.
Okay. 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 Yes, boy.
We should impose fines on the road users for disobeying the highway codes.
Okay, impose fines. Yes. Yes, I think there's a problem with some of these missing road signs. Yes. Yes.
So you should put in place traffic police in order to maintain order on the road.
Yes, more order on the road and so on and so forth.
What's likely to happen? Number one, we have panicking. In a situation where 2 bikes are coming either from the left, the 2 bikes will be panicking whether to go right or to go left, because the victim in the middle will also be panicking because he doesn't know the direction of which the drivers will take or the riders will take. Number 2, fear. The students will have fear in their mind, and also the bike riders. They are thinking if they knock down the victim, they might have an accident and the victim dies or something else. And also, the student will also be afraid, or there may be fear in the mind of the victim that if anything happens, he or she may die. The third, running or escape. The victim might escape or run back to the opposite direction or from the direction he's coming back from. Confusion. Due to panicking, there may be confusion because the 2 riders may not know the track of each other, so there will be confusion at that point. Shouting. The back rider or the victim may use words like Jesus, stop, so there will be shouting either by the victim or by the bike rider. We have the two bikes or the vehicles may collide together and an accident can take place. The second question, are the children who stayed behind the school responsible for what is happening to the 2 boys? I'll justify yes, because the other students who have stopped prevented their friends/mates from going to the road. That means when the ball fell out, even though the school was not fair, the friends which they play all in the group was supposed to educate or tell them that they should wait or look left and right place for the motorbike to pass before going to the road. No, on the other hand, because the 2 students would have gone to pick the ball on the road or highway, they would have waited to pick the ball later. The third question, what should the boys do once they are already in this situation? They should stay calm. That is, you stand where you are and wait for the riders to take their track. Secondly, run across to the other side of the road. That is, either going left or back to the direction you're coming from. Shout out words like stop, attention, please wait. They should wait for the bikes to pass before picking the ball. The fourth question: what road safety problems do you identify in this situation? One, we have excessive speed. The back riders who were coming from the left, there was so much excessive speed with the victim. Number two, we have lack of inadequate road signs or symbols. If there were road signs or symbols, it could have indicated that they should stop or they should wait around the school or any collision could take place. That we have lack of consciousness from the both victims and the road users. There's lack of consciousness is yes because the victim was supposed to wait and look right or left, either for the motorbike to pass, and the motorbikes were supposed to wait, either a pedestrian who is crossing from the other side of the road should pass. Fourthly, we have inadequate knowledge or negligence. Negligence here because the negligence that a victim was supposed to pass, and the inadequate knowledge of some motorbikes who don't have license and have not gone to driving school. Absence of lack of fence in school. In this situation, we are told by the information that the school was not fenced. So the school administrative, or if the public school, is supposed to give the school a well fenced. No sensitization or advice to students on the risks and dangers of road accidents. There was no sensitization because if there was a sensitization, the students would have not have crossed when the motorbikes were coming from the left or right. The fifth question: what solutions do you suggest to avoid such situations? Number one, placing road languages or signs. That is, either we have traffic lights or traffic policemen who are there to stop bikes which are overloaded, excessive speed and others. Secondly, schools should be located from the road or on the highway about 100 meters. That is, schools should not be located beside the road. They should be about 100 meters from the school, from the road. Schools should be located. No, the next one. Schools should be fenced in order to prevent such accidents. Sensitization to students or people very often about the dangers of road accidents. Road users, especially drivers, should avoid excessive speed. Respect for the highway code and implementing it. Discipline should be reinforced and tightened in schools in order to prevent such accidents. This has to be done by school authorities like the discipline masters. That means there needs to be so much discipline in the school. Thank you.
My name is Ashukem Leslie. I'm from GTHS. I'm here to represent Group 2. Now the first question was, what was likely to happen when the two little boys jumped into the road? Now firstly, in this case, we don't know the speed or the distance at which the car was from the kid, because the example he gave, we did not know. He just said the bikes were coming, so we don't know the speed or the distance. So in this case now, I would say the child should not panic. If the car is at a high speed, the child should look for a way to dive from the road. But if the car is slow, he should just say stop or wave his hand. The driver will see the signal and brake, then he picks his ball and leave. That's all. For the second question, are the other children who stayed behind responsible in any way? Now it's a vice versa situation. They are responsible, yes. In which way? That is, they are responsible for allowing their friends to barge into the road. You understand? Leaving them to go, that they know that there's a car coming. They would have even warned them that, hey, you wait first, let the car pass. But they sat quiet, leaving their friend to go into the road without looking. Then secondly, it's not their fault too, because they are kids. They don't, maybe they were from 4 years, 5 years. They don't know the dangers that can occur if a car hits you or not. So this may cause them not to know, and due to the school not being fenced. And the third question is, what should the boys do once they are already in this situation? When they're in this situation, fear is one thing that kills many people. Because when you start becoming afraid or you start panicking, you don't reason well again. Everything about you is, hey, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. So in this case, the child should not panic. They should first of all look, as I first of all said, the distance between them and the car. If the distance is so close, they should dive away from the road to avoid accident. But if the car is at a very long distance, either coming with much speed, they should pick their ball and run or wave to the car so that the car can limit the speed. Then the fourth question, what road safety problems do you identify in this case? One of the road safety problems I identify is that around a school normally there must be a speed break. Around every school there should be a speed break because due to the, especially in primary schools, there must be speed break because little children, when they close school, as they are very excited, they can just run and barge into the road. So if the driver is at a high speed, he cannot hold the brake. Even he succeeds to dodge the child, but he will destroy a property and also may lose his life. So there must be a speed break there. Then two, teachers must learn to educate the children on how to behave on the road. They should tell them the dangers that are when they are using the road. So the teachers should educate the students. Then two, the school or the institution should provide a fence in order to protect the kids from not going out of the school recklessly. And two, they should also put a guard that will supervise the going out and the coming in of the students when in school. Then the other one, for that one, that's all. And the fifth question is, what solution do you suggest to avoid such situations? One of the solutions I suggest is that there should be a fence. There should be a fence in the school. Then two, teachers should always supervise the children, especially when the children are playing. Then three, they should make sure that the school has a fence and a guard at the door. Then if a child is at a tender age, they should not allow the child to move home alone. They should either call for the parents to come and take the child, because a child of about 2 years old cannot move on a highway alone. This can cause an accident because maybe a pencil might fall and as she wants to pick it without looking, the car can smash her. So children at a tender age should not be allowed to move alone on the road. Then two, they must set up speed breaks around schools, especially primary schools, so that they can limit the speed of cars moving along that place to avoid accidents in that area. And the last is students should be educated on how to move on the road. They should know that they are not walking on a straight line on the road. They should walk at least vertically. They should move straight. They should not move in a way that they are blocking the vehicles that are coming. They should know that if I'm moving on the road, if we are 5 of us, at least we can stand 2-2, not to occupy all the space on the road, so that we can avoid accidents. So that's all I have. Thank you.
For organizing a seminar like this, but we are hoping that it shouldn't only be at the school level. It should equally involve the road users like the drivers, bike riders, and a good seminar like this shouldn't involve a handful of students and just a handful of teachers. If they can create ample time so that they move to at least just joining 2 schools together, or having or increasing the participants, it will be wonderful. It will go a long way to help our children. Even nursery school children, primary school children, it should not be limited to secondary school children. They should go to that extent because they use the road as well. And as earlier said, this topic on road safety or on how to use the road should not be limited to CZMs or Form 1s. It should go as well as the senior students in lower C and upper C. Thank you very much.
I'm quite impressed with your participations. I arrived and I witnessed a clue of what you have done. That is presentations of your different workshops that you had, and with the demonstration that has been made here, it shows that actually you have been impacted something in you that will help you and help others. So I appreciate your participation once more. I just want to say something regarding to what one of the participants said on your behalf. This is a seminar, and each of you seated here are participants. You have assimilated the knowledge, which means you awarded attestations to show that truly you took part in this seminar. And so the challenge I'm giving you is have in mind you are going to sensitize others seated out there. And when you go home, first thing, it's like an assignment I'm giving, and I'm pleading you should do it. Back home, gather your neighbors and all those who are there, and just pass them exactly what you will pass to them. Because as much as you do that, you remind yourself much about what you have learned. And in situations that will arise on the road when you are faced on, you can easily apply them. Are we together? It will be difficult for us to organize seminars and have everybody participate. But we take you people as focal points to reach others. And when you reach others, others will in turn reach others, and gradually, broadly, each and everyone must have had a knowledge about what we are talking about. And so, I want to appreciate the presence of White Dove Company. I knew they were to do something marvelous because I've worked with them from where I served before coming to Mene in Villa. So we've known ourselves before meeting here, and I knew they were to give just what you were expecting. So I want to appreciate them so much. I appreciate them for coming despite what, and having concern for the people to teach them on things that matters about them. And one thing I want to say is, don't mind me if I'm talking much. I'm talking equally like an expert of road safety and driving. And so, what I want to say here is, you have a role to play, because all we are saying here is to fight against road accidents. That is our principal objective. You as pedestrians, you have a role to play. Likewise, drivers on the road have their own role to play. Even those who guard animals on the road, they have their own role to play. That's another aspect that is so frequent on our roads. You are driving on the road and you meet a group of animals, say cows or goats and so on and so forth. You must know how to manage them. And upcoming also, there are equally road signs that have to do with the blinds. So in subsequent seminars, you will be taught that. That way you see somebody on the road with a white stick performing a particular sign, it means this, it means that, and you as a pedestrian, you have a role also to play to assist that person. A blind person on the road have a sign, he might want to find out from you who sees if it is okay for him or her to cross or whatsoever, or requesting for assistance. And so please, it is an ongoing issue. But what you have learned today, try as much as possible to take it serious. The demonstration that was made here is a general demonstration for any other accident. You might be playing on the field and you discover that one of you maybe has a rupture and has fallen and he has collapsed, and you still demonstrate it. It's not only linked onto the road. Are we together? And when you want to do this kind of demonstration on the road, there is what we call precaution before that is done. So when you are moving after this seminar, don't just see an accident and you dash into carrying somebody and saving. There is first thing first to be done. You must first of all secure yourself and secure other road users that are coming before you go into any action. Because you might go and rather create more accidents and the disasters will be more serious. Are we together? So when you meet a situation like that, the first thing is, if you cannot get a cone from the car, as you used to see they remove grass and put to indicate, not so. That is the first thing you should do. When you do that, before you now go into looking at those who are alive, and when you see somebody dead, somebody who has died already, you don't have concern about that. You care about those who are still struggling between maybe dead and life. Are we together? I just wanted to throw a bit on that because I didn't want to come into it directly, but since I had something to say, so Mr. Manager of White House, thank you so much. We are waiting for you again. Okay. We know subsequently we'll bring more good projects like this. We promise you the population will be more than what it is here. Yes. And I also appreciate so much the principal of the institution to have given us the opportunity to organize this seminar here. So, Mr. Principal, thank you so much. And should I go straight to messages? That attestation, wherever you go, if you hear of subsequent seminars, you go and present, it will give weight for you to participate in that seminar. Are we together? And so I want to think what the Ministry of Transport, in partnership with White Dove Company, has done is to show appreciation that truly something took place in Kumba on this day within a specific time. So I will just read a sample of what is there. There might be one of you will read the names and then they'll come up and collect their decisions. So it is written, attendance certificate. We, the undersigned, hereby certify that is, let me read it, Floor has successfully attended the training and sensitization sessions on road safety organized by the Ministry of Transport in collaboration with White Dove Company Limited on the 26th of April 2018 in Kumba. In witness thereof, the present certificate has been issued and awarded to the bearer to serve wherever necessary. For the consulate, for the consultant, signature, for the Ministry of Secondary Education, the divisional delegate has signed, and for the Ministry of Transport, the divisional delegate has equally signed. So I think this will be like one of the certificates that will serve you someday. So I wish to call on the principal. He will call each and every one of you and
Limunatu Sunday. Any blessing. Eswa Emanuela. Mati Ronel. Orok Otu Kelly. Wanu Jonu.